Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of the Daily Crow. I'm Chris Phillips of the Spurs Up Show coming to you live. Going to continue the position unit preview today, talk about the Gamecocks defensive backs in 2019. Talking about the defensive backs. Before we dive into everything, this is a broadcast brought to you by our friends over at SeatGeek. SeatGeek, the best ticket buying app by far, the only ticket buying app I use and the only one that I would recommend. They've got tickets to literally anything and everything, whether it be Gamecocks sporting events, MLB, NHL, NBA, NFL, anything you can think of. Obviously with Gamecock football season, it is finally game week. I implore you, if you need your tickets to South Carolina, North Carolina, and Charlotte, whether you're going to the home opener, if you're going to Bama, Georgia, Clemson, doesn't matter which game. If you need tickets to your Gamecock sporting events, please be sure to go check out our friends over at SeatGeek. Go download the SeatGeek app, go to SeatGeek.com. Use the promo code SPURSUP. You're actually going to save $10 off your first purchase. They've actually got a great ticket rating system there as well, where they rate the tickets for you based on the type of deal you're getting. So you're never going to overpay for tickets again. You know whether you're getting a steal. You know whether you're getting ripped off. You really have that peace of mind before you click the buy button. It really is that simple. So again, that's our friends over at SeatGeek. Again, especially if you're going to a Gamecocks football game, if you're going to any other sporting events, concerts, comedy club events, does not have to be sports. Whatever you need your tickets to, be sure to go download SeatGeek or go to SeatGeek.com. Use the promo code SPURSUP. You're going to save $10 off your first purchase. All right, like I said, going to round out the position unit preview. So this is the last one, talking about the Gamecocks defensive backs heading into the 2019 season. Obviously, it is game week. I know everyone is very excited, and what better way to start it off than rounding out the position unit previews that we've been doing for the last, I don't know, month or so. Talking about the defensive backs, let's take a look back at 2018. I think the story with this, ton of injuries. I mean, this was a depleted position group. Obviously, the safety position, I would say, was probably hit the hardest. Tons of freshmen, tons of young guys forced into playing time for South Carolina. And, you know, while they did play well, the injuries was really the story in 2018 for these guys, and really took a toll on the entire Gamecocks defense. A mixture of old guys and young guys. Obviously, a year ago, Rashad Fenton, Keyshawn Nixon, Stephen Montag, a couple guys that I think of that are no longer on the team, that were sort of that veteran presence, if you will. And then you had young guys step up. The emergence of J.C. Horn, Israel Mukwamu, R.J. Roderick. These guys really leading the way for South Carolina, kind of laying the foundation for, I think, what we're going to see this year. Some statistics for them: gave up 229 passing yards per game, which is okay. The stat that really shocked me, I'll tell you, the Gamecocks only 6 interceptions a year ago. Only 6. That really surprised me. I know the defense as a whole didn't do as well as they would have liked as far as turnovers as a whole is concerned, but that number just really stood out to me for some reason. All right, let's meet the defensive backs heading into 2019. You got sophomore J.C. Horn, freshman Cam Smith, freshman Shiloh Sanders, redshirt sophomore Jalen Dickerson, freshman Jamie Robinson, sophomore R.J. Roderick, junior Jemias Williams, freshman John Dixon, sophomore Israel Mukwamu, redshirt freshman Darius Rush, who just changed numbers and positions, redshirt senior J.T. eBay, redshirt junior Jamel Cook, redshirt freshman Dawson Hoffman, redshirt sophomore James Bartholomew, freshman Jalen DeBose, redshirt sophomore Jordan Villafane, and redshirt junior Jalen Foster. The most to prove for me, so this one was kind of tough because I was stuck between two guys, but I settled on redshirt junior Jamel Cook. And really it comes down to just because all the hype and all the expectations he's been getting over the offseason with his performance in the spring game. Obviously was a transfer from Southern Cal, was a former 5-star recruit, balled out in the spring game, had a really good spring game, and a lot of people are excited for him. My question is, can he carry it over into the regular season? Because listen, we've seen a lot of guys play really well in the spring game and ball in the spring game, and you never hear from them again. It really doesn't mean anything in my opinion. I don't put too much stock into what happens in the spring game. But again, Jamel Cook, a guy that again is another 6'4" guy, a former 5-star recruit, again was a big time player. Can he step up and be that guy for the Gamecocks and help the Gamecocks at the safety position? That to me is going to be the big question for him. Can he carry it over the season? The other guy that I almost wanted to put down here as most to prove to me was Jemias Williams. You know, Jam Williams, a guy obviously maybe a little bit unfair to criticize his 2018 just because he spent most of 2018 injured, but I mean, we're talking about a guy here that was a top prospect out of the state of Georgia, 4-star recruit. South Carolina literally went into Georgia and beat Georgia to get this kid. And after an All-SEC or freshman All-SEC campaign in 2017, he got moved to safety, and I really don't feel like we saw the same Jam Williams a year ago that we expected to see. I mean, I remember talking in the preseason how good I thought Jemias Williams was going to be for South Carolina. Again, injuries definitely hampered his 2018 season, but I think he's a guy that needs to have a big bounce back year as well for the Gamecocks. Best overall, to me, it's got to be J.C. Horn. I mean, the guy is to me, one of the best corners in the SEC, and I think a guy that's going to really make a name for himself nationally this season as well. His stats on the a year ago were very, very solid. A guy that played from literally the first snap against Coastal Carolina throughout the entire season. He had 45 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, 8 pass breakups. Again, was a freshman All-SEC guy. The thing interesting with him, still looking for his first pick, which I think we could have sooner than later. I think he could have it against North Carolina, to be honest with you. It's only a matter of time, obviously, and I expect JC to have much more than 1 this season. But a guy, 13 preseason All-SEC, I mean, I think even that's underrating him. I think at the end of the season, you're going to consider him one of the league's best, and I think a guy that, again, nationally, I think will start to garner some attention as well for the plays he's going to make in the Gamecocks secondary this year. Season will be successful if, to me, double-digit picks, double-digit interceptions for this defensive back group. Gamecocks, like I said, only had 6 a year ago, which to me was shocking. It was very, very shocking, I'll be honest with you. I fully expect a guy like J.C. Horn to get 3 or 4, a guy like Israel McQuamu to have 2 or 3. I think there will be the opportunity there, certainly, for this defensive back unit to have double-digit interceptions without a doubt. I think that's more than an achievable goal for this defense, and obviously would help this defense tremendously. I think they're also going to benefit from the fact that Gamecocks should be much better on the front 7, on the defensive front, which creates more pressure, which should create more opportunities to step in front of some passes and make some big plays for the Gamecocks defense. So double-digit interceptions to me, I think season will be a successful season for this Gamecocks secondary. Overall grade for the secondary, I'm giving them a B+. I feel like some people are going to say that's kind of low. The only reason I'm doing that, there are still some depth concerns, and you've still got a ton of young guys that are going to be playing when you talk about guys like Cam Smith, Shiloh Sanders, Jamie Robinson, and Will Muschamp, who instead will probably be their starting nickel against North Carolina, John Dixon. You got a lot of youngsters that are still going to be getting out there, and depth is probably a year or 2 away from what you would like it to be. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm certainly not making excuses at all, but, you know, I think B+ is a good place to put them right now. I certainly think this can be one of the best defensive back units in the SEC. I think J.C. Horn and Israel McQuamu, that tandem can be one of the best in the league for sure. One of the best in college football even. So B+ right now is where I feel comfortable with the overall grade. So I'm going to stick with a B+. But again, I think this group even has a chance to exceed those expectations in a big way. I think this should be one of the strong suits for this Gamecocks defense this year and this Gamecocks team. So that's going to do it for me. Appreciate you guys tuning in to the Daily Crow. Another edition, obviously, will be coming to you guys every single day this week as it is game week. Obviously, prepping for North Carolina. Very, very excited. Very, very exciting stuff. Other than that, please be sure to tune into the Spurs Up Show. Follow us on social media, whether it be Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all over, Snapchat. We're literally all over social media. You guys know where to find us. Check out the Spurs Up Show podcast. Tailgate coming up this Saturday as well in Charlotte, North Carolina. If you haven't seen that, check out social media. The flyer is up. Other than that, appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks so much.